Mumbai is blessed to have good citizens who really care for it. And I've been blessed to find the ones who really care for heritage. Hi, I'm Vikas Dilawari, conservation architect. I've been in conservation practice for the last 35 years from the city of Mumbai, exclusively trying to conserve buildings. That's what my practice has been all about. Wanted to be a doctor always, but couldn't become one. Joined architecture and it was an interesting 5 years. There was an academic exercise in our curriculum to redesign Crawford Market. So most of the people demolished the market, whereas I tried to conserve it. I didn't get very high marks, but that was motivating enough. The first break as a project which happened was with the Tatas, the Army Navy building. The Tatas decided to restore the building and West Side came in. And apparently it became the first tenanted building to be restored professionally. This lady has seen Bombay being transformed for last, 1869, 1870s. So to stand beside her and see the whole city from her eyes, these are the high points. When I got an opportunity to work on Flora fountain, I think the highlight of the whole project was to restore the water engineering, and we didn't have the drawings. We had to investigate everything to find out how the water system was linked, connected to the municipal pipeline, and then to restore it. I got a tremendous confidence when we were restoring the fire damage corporation hall of the BMC, which was way back in 2000, and to restore it to its original authenticity, including structural restoration, was very challenging. Here, this is the corporation hall. The corporator, the mayor, the commissioner sit here. So one side would be the opposition, one side is the ruling party. So this was the portion which had gutted in fire. Everything was black. Every time I went home, I got a firing from my wife. You're dirting your clothes. So whenever a fire happens, the damage is of two types. One is that it completely engulfs the interiors with soot. So you have to carefully remove the soot and come back to the original surfaces. And the other damage is the sudden pour of water, where the temperature changes drastically and the stone starts cracking up. So we had to reconstruct some of these arches using traditional materials, which is limestone, and calling the sompuras to really carve it out. Any conservation project is not an easy task. The most important thing is how to understand the historic building, see what the defects are, analyze it well, and then come with solutions which are time-tested and use like-to-like materials. Another project which comes in mind, which has been interesting and challenging, was the Bhau Daji Lad Museum, because it was a complete holistic project, right from the building to the architecture, to the interior, to the landscape and everything. When we started in 2003, the museum was fairly in a dilapidated condition. There were leaking walls, the ceiling, there were chunks of plaster which were falling down, and the color scheme was completely different. It was not painted, it was not kept well. A great amount of research was done on the archival information. It was one of the most opulent building, and you can see the gold which has been used to highlight the details, which makes it as a high Victorian. The tympanum was not there, so we had to really work out how the tympanum would be based on an old archival photograph. Restoration becomes expensive in case if you're not maintaining your building. When the people using it are happy and they look after it and they are proud, I think that's the best award. I take life quite easy. You don't set targets. You just want to work on things which you get. Small, big, doesn't make a difference. But when you do things from your heart and you do it with the best intent, I'm not really concerned about what the outcome or the results would be, because when it's all done with sincerity, I think that's what reflects. Sometimes you feel you're out of context, but it's okay. Life goes on.